What is good, Boom Bap Nation? It's the Boom Bap Historian, and I'm back for another album review. And this is going to be an album review from the newest LP from Snoop Dogg. Is it a crime? Now, going into this record, I was real curious to see what would happen because I personally really enjoyed Missionary. I think some of it was due to the nostalgia of the fact that it was Snoop Dogg and Dre, and they're coming back with essentially the follow-up to Doggy Style. And of course, they were on numerous interviews, and of course, I thought the episode with Drink Champs was really, really dope, and they played some of the music. And I think just growing up in the '90s, Snoop, Dre, Chronic, Doggy Style, and then they come along with Missionary, and to kind of see them just get excited about music again. So personally, I enjoyed Missionary. I heard some negative stuff about it, but overall I liked the album. I dug the energy. I thought it was just really dope listening to those two guys back together again. So I was a little surprised when I saw that this album was coming out, the new Snoop Dogg LP, which came out on May 15th of 2025. Is it a crime? And so what I was curious to is this going to be better than, or will it be equal to the Missionary LP? And although I do think there's some highlights on this record, I think there was a few more downs than ups. But overall, I thought it was a solid record. I don't like this album as much as I like Missionary, but again, I think Missionary also plays into the nostalgia and the return to Dre and the return to Snoop and the kickoff before the album with the interviews. Particularly that Drink Champs episode I thought was really dope. So, but this album, Is It a Crime? It comes in at 21 tracks. So we'll just get into it because there's a lot of tracks, obviously, and there's definitely a handful of features. So it starts off with intro, Is It a Crime, which is one of the tracks that I really enjoyed. Joy, I thought was really dope. Unsung Heroes, Sophisticated Crippin', Can't Wait, which features La Russell. I didn't care for the track that much, but I did like La Russell's verse on that track. Can't Get Enough, featuring Jane Hancock. Keep It Moving is a really dope track featuring Stressmatic. I can see that in like backyard barbecues. Matter of fact, that track I have moved it to my tracks of the year, but I can see that track really doing well at like barbecues and parties and shit like that. So then it goes Just the Way It Is featuring Jay Black and Wiz Khalifa. You Want My All. What's Happening? Spot featuring Pharrell and Tonio. I get that track. I wasn't really feeling it. Shut Your Bitch Ass Up featuring Stressmatic. I kind of dug that track as well, and I can feel that maybe as another one at like cookouts or barbecues and shit like that. Cold Summer. Snoop Will Make You Dance. Enjoyed it. Life's Journey featuring Black Tovin. Me and OG Snoop. I enjoyed the beat. I really didn't care for the Sexy Red portion of the track, but I really thought the beat was very West Coast. Let Me Love You, West Up, another fun track that I think is another one you might hear at backyard barbecues and at West Coast events and so forth. My Friend, and then it finishes up with Live Life. So all in all, besides the fact you just got a lot of these West Coast artists, Too Short coming back with a new album, Snoop returns with this album, Exhibit dropping his album. I just think it's a fun time for hip hop, and all in all, I thought this was a good album. I rate this 3 mics. I don't enjoy it as much as Missionary. I think Missionary also had the nostalgia and the return of Dre and Snoop and the hype leading up to it, and the interviews like Drink Champs and the other interviews that they did. But all in all, it is It a Crime? Decent album, 3 mics, not a bad rating. Let me know what you guys think of this Snoop record. Do you like this album over Missionary, or do you prefer Missionary over this album? So once again, 3 mics, Snoop Dogg, Is It a Crime? Stay tuned. More videos coming soon.